They have until December 3rd to come to an agreement, or both sides can walk away without penalty. What is going on, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I have to once again say thank you for all the support you've been giving me on my videos over the past couple of uploads. I really appreciate it. I massively thank you for smashing the like button and hitting subscribe if you haven't already, because we are doing a giveaway once we get to 250 subscribers for an Amazon gift card. Looks like it's going to be here in the next few weeks to a month maybe, so definitely get in on your chance to win an Amazon gift card. So late yesterday, the markets really took a dive. They turned around. They were up in the session, trading well, and then Trump tweeted out saying, "We're done talking to Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats in regards to stimulus," and you saw the markets really take a nosedive, closing down all the major indexes down over 1%. A lot of stocks took it on the chin. And then today you get a big rebound because now Trump comes out and says, actually, we are going to consider other forms of stimulus. We still want to push, bailouts for, not bailouts, but stimulus for the airlines, is continuing unemployment for, people, and that $400 a month or whatever. And then, or a week, I should say, $400 a month would be really tough. $400 a week. And then also trying to get another round of stimulus checks out to people before the election. So markets are reacting pretty positively to that, because rather than, all trade talk and, stimulus discussion just being completely axed and halted before the election, there is still going to be some of that going on. So that is a good thing. Now, Nikola today is really outpacing the market as far as gains. I can't give you a reason why, other than it seems like the volume has stayed really low. So to me, all the volume in Nikola, really the past couple of trading sessions, really going into the middle of last week, has really all been buying. There hasn't been much selling. Volume has been very low. People have been buying. All the sellers are pretty much gone. Everybody who is here now is kind of in it for the long run, or at least they want to see what is going on with the General Motors deal. Now, regarding the General Motors deal, they are obviously still in discussions with GM, and GM is more than likely saying, we want a bigger slice of the pie. But interestingly enough, they have until December 3rd to come to an agreement, or both sides can walk away without penalty or anything like that. So my guess is what General Motors is doing is, given the SEC and the Department of Justice and all the investigations and lawsuits and everything that is going on with Nikola Motors right now, GM is probably saying, we're going to take this thing right up to that deadline to really see if we want to get into bed with Nikola. And I think this is smart from General Motors' perspective, because it gives time for the story to develop, for them to really understand what the heck is going on. And if you're taking a stake in the company, or in a company, even if, really there's no downside for General Motors aside from, a PR disaster, because could you imagine General Motors going into a deal with Nikola? Basically, let's just say that they have the same agreement that they had before the Hindenburg report and everything like that, and Trevor Milton left. But let's say, early next year, the Department of Justice comes down, or the SEC comes down and really smacks Nikola on the head. Like, that is not going to look good at all for General Motors. And General Motors, right, their main obligation is to their shareholders. Their main obligation isn't to Nikola's shareholders. Their main obligation is to make their shareholders money, make General Motors more profitable. And, there's plenty of other upcoming EVs that they could go out and partner with. So I don't think General Motors is backed into any corner or anything like that when it comes to, doing a deal with Nikola. They still have, if you look at the calendar, basically 2 full months to see how things shake out regarding, the investigations, FBI, everything that is going on, before they decide whether or not they want to potentially do a deal, walk away without penalty, or, doing a deal but getting a much larger slice of the pie, which is what I think they're going to be doing. Then I've also seen some other articles where it's like, if they do a deal with General Motors, this is now Nikola, if Nikola does a deal with General Motors, you could see their stock price go up to, $61, but like the date estimate was 2029. And to me, looking at that, right, that's 9 years. There are plenty of other companies that you could see doubling their share price, tripling, quadrupling their share price, if you will, in the next 9 years. So for somebody to come out and say, oh yeah, the share price is going to go from about $25 to $61 in 9 years, I'm going to look elsewhere for my money. That to me even isn't a good enough return. I mean, if you just take Tesla, for example, right, that share the share price has essentially quadrupled in the span of 9 months. So if you're talking, a quadruple of the share price in 9 years, that's not that great when you have a bunch of other companies out there who are going to get you that. I mean, Apple, Amazon, these are all companies that have been crushing it, and you have a lot more faith in the company and kind of like where they're going to be going in the future and stuff like that. So don't sit there and say, oh, Nikola's going to be at $61 here by year 2029. I need to get in because I'm going to quadruple my money. There's no reason to do that. There's plenty of other companies out there that have way better financials, not all the questions around them and anything like that. So, just be smart when you're thinking about this. I think there is a lot of time still before GM basically says, yeah, we're in or we're out on this deal. So if you are interested in Nikola, keep an eye on that, because that is going to probably be the next big news that really moves the stock up or down. And ultimately, it's probably going to be what either makes or breaks Nikola, if we're being honest. And before we go, I just want to share with you guys what kind of my current strategy is in the kind of market conditions that we have. So I have two particular accounts. I have a retirement account that is a Roth account, a Roth IRA. So that is all money that I'm not going to be taxed on when I take out. And then I have an individual brokerage account, which is just your typical account where you put cash in, you can buy, sell, trade, and all that, and you're going to be taxed on capital gains and stuff like that. So right now, I am trying to get tech a discount, but I'm trying to get tech, in particular, tech without any, dividends or stuff like that. So like Google, or even low dividends. So like, Microsoft and Apple and companies like that, where the dividends are lower to where if I'm getting taxed on them, it's not a big deal. I'm trying to, cherry pick those in my brokerage account. And if I can get those at a level and, I'm comfortable with it, that's what I'm going for, because that's definitely where I can sit there and buy and sell like that. And I know that if I need liquidity at any time, I can go in and grab from that, even though I'm not endorsing. I think really when you put money into the market, you should have the mindset that you're not going to touch it until retirement or what have you. But definitely being in a brokerage account provides you a lot more flexibility as far as cash or liquidity or anything if you need it now for, let's say, a big purchase, like, a down payment on a house. Your car just explodes and you need a brand new car and you don't want to, take a loan out or anything like that. So that is the benefit of the brokerage account. Now, on my retirement account, what I'm trying to do is go out and pick names that have been beaten down because of the coronavirus and they're still off their highs. Companies like Coke, companies like Walmart, companies like Procter & Gamble, McDonald's is one in there that I'm looking to potentially get, but they're at all-time highs, so that's kind of frustrating. AT&T, companies that pay really nice dividends and that they're that the share price is not like astronomical. I don't want to go out and buy, a share of Amazon if it pays a 3% dividend, but it cost me $3,000 to get. I'm going after companies like Coke, $50 a share or right around $50 a share. Their all-time highs right around $60. It's a consumer staple. I have no reason to believe that they are not going to be around in the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years because, I'm addicted to Coke. I know a bunch of people are addicted to Coke, Coca-Cola products and stuff like that. So Coke, Pepsi, AT&T, these companies that have a really solid foundation and a history of providing really good dividends to investors and constantly increasing that dividend amount that they're paying out year over year. Those are the companies that I'm going in and picking up right now. And psychologically, it does so much for an investor because it really makes you feel like you are winning in any sort of pullback because you are, slowly buying the bottom. You are staggering your buying opportunities to where, you're not buying fully at the top, fully at the middle, or fully at the bottom. You're going to get a little bit at every level, and it makes you feel like you're winning throughout any sort of pullback because if I went out and spent all my money and bought Coke at $55, but they ultimately dropped to $45, I'm going to be so frustrated at myself and beat myself up because I missed out on the opportunity to get them at $45 and I spent all my money getting them at $55. So if I sit there, get a little at $55, get a little at $52, get a little at $50, $48, and so on, psychologically, that does so much. It makes you feel like you are winning when it comes to not missing out on, potential extra gains and stuff like that. And it's just a smart thing to do as an investor. So that is my current strategy. Wanted to share that with you guys. Let me know what you guys are doing currently in the crazy circumstances and all the question marks that surround economy, elections, coronavirus. Let me know what you guys are doing currently as your investment strategy down in the comments below. And before we go, today in history, 2003, Arnold Schwarzenegger becomes the governor of California. So it's pretty wild. So, Donald Trump, obviously a celebrity, becomes the president, but before him, probably the biggest name out there who was in any sort of politics was Arnold Schwarzenegger becoming the governor of California. So that is the fun fact of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider dropping a like and leaving a sub. I absolutely love all the support once again. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow.